I've not even combined any of my clues. The thug also visited. Alright. I just can't bother to. I just do that. You know, it's easier. What does it say? Thief wanted the photograph. The defiler is a high-rank official. The thug came intended, but he didn't want to kill her. A henchman, not merely a thief. Right, so the thief wanted the photograph, and he was a henchman, and he worked for a high-ranking official. Casebook. Camp intruder's tattoo, sketch of the abuser. Right. Sketch of the abuser. Right, well, let's go.
You still here? Don't bother someone else with this, son.
What about
The
this?
intruder has a most peculiar tattoo on his neck, 2 lines and a point. Do you know anything about it?
You really want to know, kid? Why? You want to play a policeman or something?
I'm sure you have it in your records, so it won't hurt if I have it in mine.
In my records, it's just a tattoo, as it should be in yours. Ah, to hell with you. Suit yourself as to what you're going to do with it. Off the record, though, such tattoos are often connected to a man named Mr. Niccolo Bernadotti.
Bernadotti, you say?
A respectable businessman in Scaladio. His company imports goods and wines, and smuggles everything that can be smuggled between the colonies and the mainland. His people can be identified by an obscure tattoo, just like the one over there our friend has. But these are all merely rumors, you see. If Mr. Bernadotti was a criminal, he'd be in prison now. Or hanged, right? You're disturbing a hornet's nest here, son.
Alright, with that done, we have collected all the evidence. And now we are going to search for this guy. Alright, record keeping. Right, so we know the guy is high up guy. We know that this was done now, and we don't know the occupation. Alright, so these are the list of people we have. Thomas Norton profile. 1st March 1878 was appointed as British envoy in Cordona with his own cabinet in the city. Yo, we are in City Hall. Alright, let's go. Where can I find this guy? Let me talk to you.
Have you found anything helpful?
We're looking for this guy. That's the exact guy we're looking for. Well then.
If you're here on matters of signing up for military service, come back tomorrow. Our department needs to straighten out some business.
He has facial hair. He has a big nose. Red eyes, didn't sleep last night. He's got nice vest. Rumpled clothes. He works late. He's a Medal of Honor or something. Order of the bath. What? Blood? Is that blood? Wine? I don't think he's got any remorse, and he's a big guy, you know, so he's a party goer, I would say. And that is wine. That wasn't red enough to be blood.
Why are you staring at me like I'm a Madame Tussauds figure? Didn't you hear what I just said?
On my way here, I was wondering whether you might regret what you did. I tried my best to retain at least a shred of faith in humanity. I had hoped that you would hear her scream, see her face in your dreams, or at least once ask yourself how Naylor might feel.
Who?
Neither of my hopes were fulfilled.
Why are you here?
I've seen the option and we're going to do it!
You defiled a girl who was with child. Don't even pretend that you regret
that was not
what
a
took
good place to laugh.
Do you wonder why I came here? It is because I am disgusted with people like you, and the only way in my mind to rid the world of your ilk is to see you hanging from the gallows.
All right, all right. Is it about money, as you said in the letter? I have it, all right? There's no need for violence.
I've never written a single word to you. As you can see, I have a more direct approach.
That letter, it wasn't from you. So what do you want?
Answers, to start with.
Fine. I suppose now we have a nice long talk. Do you drink, Mr...
Sherlock Holmes. And I do not.
Shame. All the best discussions are accompanied by a glass of whiskey. But out of respect for you, I won't drink either.
Respect? That's an unusual word in your mouth, Mr...
Where are my manners? My name is Thomas Norton, a British envoy in Cordona on a military mission. So, where do we start?
You mentioned blackmail. Tell me about it.
All right. A couple of days ago, I received an anonymous letter. It said that in the art gallery at Caravansary there exists a painting that incriminates me. The blackmailer made it clear that if there is a painting, then a photograph exists too. And I should be wary of what it might do to my reputation.
What does the blackmailer want from you?
Money, of course. What else do such people want? Needless to say, I don't remember anyone taking photographs at the party. Up until the last moment, I hoped he was bluffing. But he wasn't, as you've just proven to me.
Show me the letter.
I burnt it as soon as I read it. I've left enough evidence. There's no need for any more.
So, let's return to the beginning. What happened at the party?
I vaguely remember that night. As usual at such parties, you meet people, you talk with them. They invite you to spend some time alone with them. What can I say? I got myself mixed up with the wrong company, and somebody must have mixed some psychoactive substance in my drink. After that, it's all blurry. I completely lost my sanity. I made a terrible mistake which I regret deeply.
You don't say. Do refugee girls often appear on the menu at those types of parties?
It's rather rare.
So you didn't attend the party to engage in an exotic experience involving a vulnerable woman unable to accuse you of assault?
I would never have planned such a terrible thing. What happened was just bad circumstance.
The painting that depicted you in the image of the devil was stolen by a mercenary. Did you have anything to do with it?
I might be a rotten person, sir, but hiring criminals for illicit purposes is not in my daily schedule.
And buying the painting in an attempt to hide the crime, is that on your daily schedule?
What would you do in my situation?
I would never put myself in such a situation.
You're young. I could never have imagined myself in my current position, yet here I am in front of you. We all make mistakes, Mr. Holmes, and I'm no exception.
Boniface Mercurio, does the name mean anything to you?
He's an artist, right?
The one responsible for the painting that compromises you. I found him dead in his room.
Oh, that is bad. Wait, you don't think that I have anything to do with this?
You had motive to kill him.
Maybe I did, but listen. I know how this looks, but murder? That's on another level. I had thoughts that this Mercutio...
Mercurio?
Well, him, yes. I thought he could have been the blackmailer. But I was too afraid to make any hasty decisions. There were plenty of ways to fail by making a move, so I chose to wait, to see what he would do next. You have to believe me.
I don't believe people, I believe evidence.
Then look at the evidence. Mr. Holmes, I've built my entire career on hard work and uncompromising dedication to the Crown. I made a mistake, but I'm not a villain from some cheap adventure fiction. By putting me behind bars, you will benefit precisely no one.
Rotting in prison is the least you deserve, but I have a better idea. You will make amends and help the ones you hurt. Use your connections to help patriate the refugees, find them decent homes, give them jobs. There must be a meaning to your position and my decision.
Yes, all right, I can do that. So, will you give me the photograph now?
That's not all. Naylor deserves the very utmost of what you can do.
Help the girl? I can't risk the press paying extra attention to her. I will do anything except that.
I need to think this all through. Don't do anything foolish in the meantime.
What makes you think you can decide what's best for these people?
Such is the arrogance of British imperialism. I take your point.
We need to focus on the tattoo.
Have you decided yet?
No. Let's go check. Police station. Right, this is the police station.
He's even been putting up posters, poor man.
What's going on here? Central Scaladio and violent recently stolen.
Nice to see you. Nice fellow.
He's even been... He's even been...
Central Scaladio, violent recently stolen. There we go. Ah, I found a case. We'll leave it be for now as we go and continue. Oh, it's in Mind Palace. Well, we've not finished this thing yet, so let's hold off on that.
Any progress with the case, Mr. Holmes?
The Collie Shangles. Oh yeah, they've got cases here.
Any progress with the case, Mr. Holmes?
No. We'll just go into the archives, where we are going to, smuggling. He's not a victim, he's not a police officer, and he's not a witness, but he is a suspect. Alright. They have no evidence on him, otherwise he'd be in prison. And it says Scaladio. They've got nothing on him.
An impressive slice of life. The police had a lot on him, and at the same time, nothing at all. Amateurs.
Right, so now we're... Right. Scaladio Bazaar Road near the crossing with the Roman Road. Little jump there. Nice. This is the crossing with Roman Road here. Who is this one?
It seems they're not expecting guests.
I won't wait for an invitation, John.
Right, so around the back we go.
So what's
then.
the infiltration plan, Sherry? I'd go in through the rooftop if we had a harpoon gun.
It was just open, so.
These workers don't look like your average Cordona folk.
They're refugees from the camp.
That's our way in, Sherry. You go talk to that beef. I'll sneak up from behind and take him out.
Okay.
Hey, yo. This is private property. You lost something.
I'm a private investigator.
My name is Sherlock Holmes. I'm investigating a robbery, and Mr. Bernadotti may be just the man to help me with...
You a copper?
I have nothing to do with the police.
Mr. Bernadotti isn't seeing anyone. You have 3 seconds to walk away, or you'll never walk again.
Oh, he's got the tattoo.
Capito?
It's in Mr. Bernadotti's best interest to...
1.
Well, if there's an option to hit, I'm always going to hit.
I did try to resolve this peacefully.
Alright, fuck.
I'm coming for you.
Bro, just shoot the bottle.
Take a rest, my friend.
I'm coming for you.
Don't cry, you'll live.
The snuff's ready.
Too simple.
Excuse me, just need to reload.
How do you do?
Yes, how do you do?
Take a rest, my friend.
Whoa!
Time to knock this guy out.
No more cry.
Give him the pepper snuff.
What is it? Oh, you piece of shit! That was unfair, I did not see you there.
Take a rest.
The snuff's ready. He's all yours now. Go for it.
Too simple.
Give him the pepper snuff.
I'm coming.
No more crime for you until next month.
It's hard to get these guys. I don't know why they have bottles on their back, but whatever.
Don't cry, you'll live.
Done, all arrested. No casualties, for once. Actually did quite well there.
You've disappointed me so much, Sherlock.
What? I didn't kill no one! Oh wait, that was the door outside. This door? No. I came through there. So this door maybe?
Sherry, look! This seems familiar.
It's
Is
the thingy.
this?
I guess so. Oh, what was this guy?
No, sir. Don't hurt me.
It's all right. I won't harm you.
Like you didn't harm the folks on the way here?
What's this about?
An amazing piece of culture. I imagine many collectors and museums would be interested in having it. Let's see what's hidden there.
Oh, there we go. And everyone just watched it happen. And she's pregnant.
Vogel's stolen painting. Isn't it curious how it developed into a much more interesting case?
Oh, there's this. What's this? Grindley?
V.H. Grindley Flow Blue Tableware.
What's this?
A Dogon statue from West Africa.
Yes.
A century old at least.
And there's a mask.
Masks, traditional for the Chokwe people of Central Africa. This is what lies behind the facade of Bernadotte Company Limited.
Don't come any closer. One step and I'll shred you to pieces.
No one will find your body.
Keep standing in my way and no one will ever see you again.
Righto. Yes. Yep. Well, excuse me, sir. I think I hear... I've got to... It's better I leave.
Whoa. Oh, wow. That was as if somebody put my words in your mouth.
What's this? Zeppelin related. That it?
You acted so much like me.
What you doing?
This is it. This is where all the magic happens.
The accounting. What's this?
I suppose it's Mr. Bernadotte with our fine governor.
Cordona 1875.
1875. It was taken a few years back. John, how many people in Cordona have a photograph with the governor, do you think?
You definitely don't have one.
Please don't shoot me. I have a family.
I don't
Spare
care.
me.
Alright. What's this about? Alright, then what's the other about? Invitation to a ball.
Spare me.
Guessing through here.
So, you've cut through all the guards just to talk to me. Then come here, and we shall talk.
Quite a collection.
Sherry, don't you think this office suits me?
And then photograph of little girl relative.
Whenever you're ready. I'd hate to intrude.
Okay. Mustache. He's got a big chin. Oh, his gang tattoo, but it's different from the others. He's got big hands. He's got a wedding ring. He's got a gun on him. What else? He's got burns. And pellagra. Well, if I've caught onto him, then we'll just do this one. Useless crime load.
Bad news. The thug you sent to the refugee camp only succeeded in stabbing himself. His next and final journey will be to the morgue.
Hold your horses. Who the hell are you?
Sherlock Holmes. And you are Niccolo Bernadotti, a smuggler, kidnapper, and notorious cutthroat, among other things.
Few men would dare waltz into my office and address me like that. You are either overconfident or unintelligent. This is private property. Give me one reason why I should not shoot you on the spot. I am sure my friends at the station would call it self-defense.
As I said, your man was found dead in the refugee camp. He was there to kidnap a woman, but the other refugees intervened to try and save her. The ensuing scuffle resulted in the man's accidental suicide. He sported the same tattoo as your men in this building. In fact, it also bears a resemblance to the one on your neck. Care to explain what business your man had with this woman?
You have no idea what you are talking about. I can assure you this was no kidnapping. The refugees in the camp are on edge. What happened there is a tragic accident, one I am not responsible for.
For what reason was your man there if not to abduct her?
Why would I answer? You are yet to justify your presence in the slightest.
Mr. Bernadotti, do you know the name Boniface Mercurio?
I do not.
Mercurio was a local artist. Recently, a man broke into his apartment, ransacked the place, and killed him. The thief was looking for something.
You are testing my patience, boy.
In a moment, the connection will reveal itself. I was hired, privately, to investigate the recent theft of a painting from an art gallery. My investigation led me to a man from your organization, and thus, to you, Mr. Bernadotti.
That is quite a stretch. Why would I need to steal a painting when I could buy anyone I wanted?
Interestingly enough, I spotted the stolen painting in your storeroom.
I buy and sell a lot of things, Mr. Holmes. Unfortunately, if this is true, it is not the first time I have been sold stolen merchandise. I presume you were hired by the owner of the gallery. Tell them to contact me, and we'll sort out the situation. So, this painting is why you broke into my office. So many words, so little action. When you barged into my office, Mr. Holmes, I got the impression you wanted to talk business. Now I see you had come just to talk. Tell me exactly what you want, or get out.
It was necessary groundwork for what comes next. I have enough evidence to conclude that the gallery thief, the artist's killer, and the dead man in the camp are all the same person.
Your time is almost up, Mr. Holmes.
Before you draw your gun, there is one final detail I am yet to mention. The young woman your man was tasked to collect from the refugee camp had been defiled at a perverse masquerade party. That violation was captured in a photograph by Boniface Mercurio and used as a reference for his painting. The photo shows the attacker's face.
Finally. That's why you're here, Mr. Holmes. You have the photograph.
It is what your man was after when he broke into Mercurio's apartment, and it is what you're after too, isn't it, Mr. Bernadotte?
You have the photograph with you. How much do you want for it?
I am not naive enough to carry it with me, but I am yet to decide what I shall do with it. I know the man in the photo is a British envoy. What interest do you have in his downfall?
I must admit, I am rather impressed by how comprehensively you have pursued this matter. And so, you deserve the honest answer. My business dealings are often arduous in their bureaucracy. A man in his position, willing to look the other way, could ease my work significantly. In return, I will make sure no one looks his way either. A favor for a favor.
Also known as blackmail, the modus operandi of any true professional.
It was not originally my idea. Mercurio set things in motion, extorting the envoy for the most trivial of ends. Money. In response, the envoy hired my man to retrieve the painting and the photograph, eliminating Mercurio's leverage. I only learned the whole story after the artist was killed in his home.
And rather than extricate yourself, instead you took over Mercurio's venture.
It fell into my lap. As a businessman, I simply seized the opportunity. Now, how much do you want for the image?
Alright, let's think about this. £2 million, £3 million, £45 million.
I could not help but appreciate the collection of smuggled artifacts in your storeroom. You have rather diversified your business.
Oh, high and mighty of you, Mr. Holmes. Not all smuggling is immoral. I pay generous rates to developing cultures and spread their culture to eager buyers. And furthermore, I supply many immigrants with a taste of home.
A very convenient way of thinking.
I have traveled wildly, Mr. Holmes. I've seen people in far-flung lands for whom my services are a lifeline. Without them, they would starve. The tax on cargo is often so absurd that it would be more profitable to simply sink your ship than dock it in the harbor. And trust me, I am speaking from experience.
Why did you send your man to remove the woman from the camp?
Without a photograph, her testimony was the next best thing. Securing her was in everyone's interest. Victims and witnesses all too often disappear. I thought the girl was safer with us. I did not anticipate what would happen at the camp.
I saw refugees from the camp at your warehouse. They work for you.
I have made certain arrangements with City Hall and the police. Thanks to me, refugees can work and be paid. It's a pathway to freedom.
And how much do you save by capitalizing on their cheap labor?
I have heard no complaints. They seem happy just to get out of that slum.
Why should I give you the photograph?
Just name your price.
What if my price were not money? You claim to have connections, Mr. Bernadotte. Perhaps you could improve conditions for the refugees. Give them a chance for a better life.
Ha! I do have connections, Mr. Holmes, but help the whole camp? You are asking too much. I could, however, make arrangements for one person. The woman who was violated will have her own home outside the camp, solely for her and her child. She will no longer be a refugee, but a princess. That I can guarantee.
Is that really possible?
It will be neither fast nor easy, but I can do it. She deserves it, don't you agree? And as for her abuser, he will serve me, as much as he deserves.
So, in your plan, everybody will be given their due. Especially you, Mr. Bernadotte.
Seems like a fair deal, no? I doubt anyone could offer you better. Simply give me the photograph, and the world becomes a better place. I give you my word.
Okay. Right. What is that at odds with? I'm confused. Oh. Bernadotte wants to blackmail the envoy. The envoy wants to secure his reputation. So which one do I choose, huh?
The front door's now open, sir. You can leave through it. If you want, of course.
Sherry, don't you think this office suits...
Whatever. Let me put my things back on. So which do I do? If I choose Bernadotte, I'm gonna have to walk and think about this. So if I choose Bernadotte, he will blackmail the envoy who will keep his position, and he will help the girl get a home. A very rich home. If I give it to the envoy, then he will help all the refugees, including the girl, and they will all have homes. And he will not be used by the criminal. Adversely, I could condemn them all. Nobody would be helped, but justice would be served. But the girl and the refugees would all stay at their camp, and nothing would be solved. I think there's only one real option, which helps the most people. What happened, and you have to make the most out of a bad situation. And that means homes for all the refugees, really.
A contest for the guests of Cordona.
I did full 360 there. But yeah, I think I will as much as it pains me to do it, I think it's gonna have to be this dude. Let me just save just in case.
Have you thought it all through?
Yes, I will give you the photograph.
Almost. The refugees, what will happen to them?
Well, I wouldn't be standing here in this fancy office if I didn't know how to pull the right strings. In fact, it's the only thing I know. The local governor will receive a decree signed by the House of Lords containing a request to patriate the refugees in the name of the Crown.
From where did you gain such influence?
I never asked you how you found the photograph. So don't ask the magician how he performs his tricks.
But how can I believe you?
Ugh, I presume you do believe in my selfishness. The initiator of the refugee salvation will be none other than the British envoy, saviour and protector of those in need. It's a win situation for me, too. Now, what about the photograph?
You deserve to be punished, but the greater good is what matters here. I won't bargain it for justice for Naylor.
I'm glad that this situation is over.
It will be over when you settle the matter of the refugees.
You have my word, Mr. Holmes.
Mr. Holmes, you've returned. Have you uncovered anything new about the theft?
I've brought news, but not all of it will please you.
Fill me in, Mr. Holmes. I won't shoot the messenger.
I tracked down Boniface Mercurio.
I presume he wasn't delighted about the situation?
He was not having a good day on account of his murder. Killed in his own flat by the same person that stole his painting.
Oh, sweet Mercurio, perishing in the pursuit of his art. How apt. I will miss his exceptional sense of humor.
I located the thief, but found him rather cold. He was tight-lipped about the painting, too.
He's dead. How very droll, Mr. Holmes. Warren presumes you were not responsible.
It was an accident at the refugee camp. He impaled himself on his own knife.
Life is nothing if not cruel and capricious. What about the stolen painting? Have you located it?
I found the painting, but I could not retrieve it.
Well then, where is it?
In Bernadotti's office.
Bernadotti? That shady businessman? Why would he steal it from me?
I'm afraid you'll have to ask him yourself.
I take it you found something more then. What happened to your crusade of truth? Was it not that important after all?
No truth will satisfy you, Mr. Vogel.
It was not an attack, Mr. Holmes. If you've chosen not to tell me, I respect your intention. But it is just rather boring, isn't it?
It is what it is.
Well, now that we've resolved all of our outstanding matters, I have a gift for you. I took the liberty of having it delivered to Stonewood Manor. I am told it belonged to your mother.
Previously you mentioned there may have been more to my mother's passing than consumption. It appears you were right.
Oh dear, I'd hoped to be wrong.
She was unstable, mentally unwell. She required sustained specialized treatment, but her madness persisted.
I knew that Violet had disappeared from the public eye, but had no idea of her suffering. I cannot imagine what you're feeling.
I'm fine. And what exactly have you sent me?
Frankly, I'm not sure how to answer that. I trust you'll know.
Thank you, Mr. Vogel. I am curious to see what you have procured.
Case complete.
I think I'll leave the exhibition in its current state for a while. I'll call it The Art of Vandalism.
Yeah, it's good for you. Let's leave.